I thought I'd give just a couple things on how to open up your open source modules. I'm Joelle Maslak. I've got my slide bit.ly here, but you can probably get it in the notes or wherever we send out. If you're making a module, you might have some questions. How do you get people to contribute? Well, put yourself in the shoes of the contributor. So the first question someone that might want to contribute would have is, how do I contribute? What do I do? To do this, create a file named contributing in your distro. Meta cpan will see it. They'll even link to it on the left side. List how they can find things to do. List if you have special rules you want them to follow. Example special rules: don't break old stuff. Talk to me on the big stuff. Encourage non-functional contributions, like if the docs aren't clear, help me. Bug reports, docs. Anything along those lines. Meta stuff is stuff like dist-inis and idiomatic usage that someone else might know and you might not. Second question they'll have is, well, what? A little bit you can put in that contributor, but put a to-do there too, and list some things of various different skill levels. Low-hanging fruit and more complicated stuff. Third thing they might ask is, am I actually included? This is where your code of conduct goes. There's module just got released last night for your dist-ini if you're using distzilla, that you can just put one line in your dist-ini and it'll put the contributor covenant, which is a good starting point. There's also some other questions people may have, and this comes in a little later when you're trying to give people credit. People do change their names. They also mess up when they check in stuff. So if you want to have your Git history be correct, use a mailmap in your distro directory. Git will interface with this, and it will understand how to translate your old email address to your new email address, your old name to your new name. And I give some examples here, but you can look at that up in the docs as well. Then in your Git config, this is for people, this is for everyone. If you don't have this in your Git config, go add it to your Git config. What this does, it says when you do a Git log, respect .mailmaps if they're there. And then finally, why you want to have the mail map in the first place is to give your contributors credit so that they have a reason to contribute. There's a plugin for that adds it to the meta.json file, or not, yeah, meta.json file. It uses the mail map, reads your Git history, and puts your contributors in there. And I give a couple examples of options I usually provide. I usually include the authors in there in order by commits. You'll see on Meta cpan on the right side, it'll show the author, but it'll also show N5 contributors. And when you click show them, it'll give your contributors credit. So in summary, these are things you should basically do in every module you put out there. Create at least these three files: contributing, to-do, and code of conduct, so that people know how to contribute, what you want them to do, and how to act. Let people change their names, so that's the .mailmap. Also, I told you what to do in your .git config in your home directory, and then how to give them credit. There's also some other modules that'll throw it into your Podweaver docs if you're using Podweaver. Slides are out there at that URL. I'm done early.